My beloved child, tonight is not ordinary, and this message is not accidental. What happens between the last seconds of today and the soft breath of midnight is rare, and you can feel it, can't you? It's like the world got quieter on purpose, so you could finally hear what's been trying to reach you. Most people will scroll right past this and call it just another video. But you stayed. And that one choice has already set you apart. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Here's the truth nobody says out loud: some doors only open when the room is silent. This message didn't arrive to entertain you, it arrived to position you. That stop you feel echoing inside isn't to delay you, it's to protect you. Because when something powerful is about to land in your hands, rushing becomes the fastest way to drop it. This isn't just about money, this isn't just about success, this is about timing. And tonight, timing is everything. Feel that strange tightness in your chest, like something is closing and opening at the same time. That's not anxiety, that's alignment. It's the same feeling you've had before, when life looks normal on the outside, but underneath, everything is shifting into place. Paths crossing, people making decisions you'll never see. Opportunities moving quietly toward the right person. Tonight is one of those moments. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Let me say this clearly: you weren't chosen because you're perfect. You were chosen because you're awake. While others chase noise, you noticed the signal. While others mock what they don't understand, you lean closer. And that's why this message feels like it's speaking directly to you, not the crowd. The gift isn't wrapped in paper, it won't arrive with applause, it will arrive as recognition. The sudden knowing that you're standing at the edge of a shift, and your next step requires awareness, more than effort. If you're feeling pulled to keep listening, that's not curiosity. That's your spirit saying, "This is connected to me." You've been approaching a door, for a long time, without knowing its name. Midnight isn't a threat, it's a boundary. A line between what was withheld, and what is finally released. And you are close enough to cross it. Don't scroll, stay with me. Because this is only the beginning. Here's what most people never realize: the moment you stayed, the message leaned closer to you. This is where many would have left, distracted, restless, impatient. But you didn't. And that decision is powerful. Because what's unfolding now wasn't made in haste. It was built through patience, silence, and unseen preparation. Long before this night existed, a question was asked, somewhere beyond your view. Who will be ready when the signal appears? Not the loudest, not the fastest, the one who pauses when told to stop. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Progress doesn't always sprint forward, sometimes it waits, it watches, it tests attention. And when it finds the right mind, it offers one quiet opening that changes everything. This isn't a random surprise, it's a response to the nights you kept going when others quit. To the times you believed in something no one else could see. To the patience you carried when the world rushed past you, without answers. Tonight, that patience is being acknowledged. And listen, if you want this kind of message to keep finding you at the exact right time, take 1 second to like this video and subscribe. Not because I'm asking for numbers, because your small action tells the algorithm to push this to someone else who's been waiting for a sign too. And sharing it could be the reason someone doesn't miss their moment. Now here's the part you need to understand: the future isn't built by crowds. It's built by people who recognize moments before they become history. That recognition is happening inside you, right now. You may not have a label for it, but you can feel the seriousness, the stillness, the sense that something irreversible is approaching. Don't look away, don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. The clock matters, because hesitation costs more than mistakes. Midnight isn't about fear, it's about readiness. Some opportunities don't come twice, not because they disappear, but because they move forward, with or without you. And tonight, you are listening. You are being addressed. A line is being drawn between people who watch life happen and people who step into it when the invitation appears. What comes next won't shout, it won't beg for attention, it will arrive as clarity. Like a clean sentence inside your mind that says, "This is it." You'll realize, what you thought was missing, wasn't missing at all. It was simply waiting for the right hour to reveal itself. Hold this moment, don't let impatience steal what precision has prepared. The gift is still here, but it will not wait forever. And if you're still listening right now, then you already passed the first test, the test of attention. That's the quiet power of this moment. When the noise fades, and your focus remains, truth steps forward, without resistance. That's why the future doesn't announce itself loudly, it moves like a whisper, through the present. Recognizable only to those who slow down, when told to stop. And when you're ready, you'll know exactly what to do next. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks with contributions of up to $10. That pause is power, my beloved child. Because it proves you can hold steady, while everything else shakes. Most people confuse stillness with doing nothing, but you've learned something rare. Stillness is where the future speaks. And that's why this message kept its distance, until you were ready. It wasn't chasing you, it was testing your attention. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Here's what makes this Christmas different: it's not about what ends up in your hands, it's about what finally opens inside your mind. You're being offered a kind of access most people will never recognize, because they're too busy looking for loud signs. But the real signal doesn't shout, it settles, it lands like certainty. Like a quiet yes, that doesn't need proof yet. And if you feel your focus getting sharper right now, that's not random, it's your instincts locking onto something real. Let me tell you why this moment feels heavier than words. You're standing in a narrow window, where timing becomes destiny. Midnight isn't pressure, midnight is precision. It's the clean line between almost and activated. After that line, momentum moves forward, without waiting for anyone to catch up. That's why hesitation feels uncomfortable, because part of you knows, this isn't a moment to scroll past. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now listen closely, because this is the part most people miss. The gift isn't something you chase, it's something you accept. Your patience wasn't random, your restraint wasn't weakness, your ability to hold faith, while nothing made sense, was a qualification. Very few people qualify. And that's why the offer feels quiet, but serious. It's not asking you to become someone new, it's confirming the person you've already been becoming. Here's the shift you're about to notice first: your distractions won't feel entertaining anymore. The noise that used to pull you will start to feel empty. You'll crave clarity more than comfort, you'll crave purpose more than approval. And that's the moment you'll realize, this isn't just a message, it's a turning point. The future isn't rewarding speed tonight, it's rewarding awareness. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Think about your life for a second. How many times did you feel like you were early, like your mind moved ahead of the room you were in? That wasn't isolation, that was calibration. You were being tuned for a moment, where awareness mattered more than effort. And tonight, awareness is everything. Because some opportunities only appear once, not because they're rare, but because the person who can recognize them is rare. Now here's the part that should make your chest tighten in the best way: what's coming next is not hype, not illusion, not empty motivation. It's clarity arriving exactly on time. And clarity changes everything. When clarity shows up, you stop begging for direction, you stop doubting yourself, you stop explaining your vision to people who can't see it. You simply move, and the world moves with you. If you've made it this far, do one small thing that proves you're really present. Hit like, so this message can reach someone else who's been feeling that same unfinished feeling inside. And subscribe. Because what comes next is going to be for the people who don't quit halfway through their own breakthrough. Your support doesn't just help the channel, it helps the right person hear the right words, at the right time. Now stay with me, because we're approaching the moment where the meaning becomes undeniable. You're not listening by accident anymore, you're here by choice. And choice is the final filter, before something rare is revealed. Most people let comfort interrupt attention, you didn't. That means you're still within reach, that means the door is still open. Here's what happens when this gift activates: it won't feel like fireworks, it will feel like a clean decision inside you. A calm certainty that says, this is my moment. And once that certainty locks in, your world starts rearranging, without you forcing it. People who don't match your future will drift. Confusing situations will resolve, new conversations will appear. Doors you stopped knocking on will open, like they were waiting for you to notice them. Don't rush the process, hold your focus, let the noise fall away. Because what's being offered tonight isn't just a chance, it's alignment. And alignment is powerful. Because it doesn't require you to struggle, it requires you to recognize. It requires you to say yes with your attention, yes with your mindset, yes with your willingness to receive, what you used to think you had to earn, through exhaustion. So stay present, my beloved child, you are closer than you realize. Midnight is approaching, and the line between what was prepared, and what is released, is right in front of you. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you, and this time, you're going to recognize it, before it passes. Clarity about a door you felt, for a long time, but couldn't name until now. And that's why this moment feels so serious, not heavy with fear, heavy with meaning. You're standing at a point, where the future flashes itself, for a second. And only the still ones notice. Most people get close to something important, and lose it to distraction. At the last moment. But tonight is different. Tonight presence is the key, that opens what effort can't. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Here's the truth, your life has been preparing you to understand this gift, isn't luck, it's readiness meeting timing. You didn't stumble into this moment, you were guided into it. Every delay you questioned, every pause that made you uncomfortable, every season where you felt stuck, was not a setback. It was alignment. Midnight isn't approaching as an ending, it's approaching as a release. After it passes, whatever is meant to move forward, will do so without resistance. And the people who were ready, will feel that shift immediately. Listen closely, because this matters. The future doesn't reward people who chase blindly, it responds to people, who recognize when it quietly says, now. That word now, is being spoken to you, without sound. Hold your focus, let the meaning sink deeper. Don't rush the moment, because moments like this, don't repeat, in the same way twice. You're closer than ever, and what's waiting, hasn't lost patience with you. It's been waiting for you. Feel what's happening inside you right now, that isn't suspense alone. It's recognition. The kind that settles in, and refuses to leave. When something true draws near, your mind becomes still, before it becomes certain. That stillness is the sign. This is the point where distractions start losing their grip, and every word feels deliberate. Nothing here is extra, nothing here is filler, the entire moment is calibrated, to hold you exactly where you need to be. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. And here's the part you need to hear clearly, this gift won't arrive as a spectacle. It arrives as permission. Permission to step into a new trajectory, that was paused until your awareness caught up to your destiny. You weren't ignored before, you were protected, from receiving it too early. Timing is everything. Some paths collapse, if you enter them without readiness. Some doors only open, when the person standing there understands, the responsibility that comes with access. You earn that understanding, through patience, restraint, and the courage to wait without certainty. That's why the message keeps unfolding, instead of ending. This isn't persuasion, this is confirmation. It's a quiet acknowledgement, that you've already passed the test, most people fail. Attention. The future tests attention, before it offers opportunity. Most people rush toward outcomes, without honoring the process. You did the opposite. You honored the pause, you respected the stop, and by doing that, you aligned with a moment that cannot be recreated. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now we're close enough that you can almost feel momentum forming underneath you. Midnight is near, not as pressure, but as a turning point. After it passes, direction changes. Aligned people will feel movement, without effort. Unaligned people will feel confusion, without knowing why. You are positioned for movement. Let the urgency sharpen your focus, not rush your judgment. This is the calm before certainty, the quiet before clarity, the last deep breath before forward motion. Here's the shift: the message is no longer circling, it's landing. The silence around these words is intentional. Because what's arriving doesn't compete for attention, it claims it. Everything you felt earlier was preparation. Now comes confirmation. The gift people misunderstand from the outside is not about surface rewards. It's about leverage, leverage over timing, leverage over direction, leverage over the next sequence of your life. When leverage appears, it doesn't beg loudly, it presents itself quietly. To the ones who can carry it without wasting it. And yes, you're being trusted. That trust wasn't built overnight, it was built in moments no one applauded. When shortcuts were available, but you chose restraint. When certainty was absent, but you stayed curious. When it would have been easier to scroll past, but you stayed present. That's why the message speaks directly to you, not to hype you up, but to align you. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Understand this: once timing locks in, opportunity stops negotiating. It moves forward, with or without hesitation. Midnight is not an ending, it's the handoff. The point where what was held becomes motion. You are not being rushed, you are being invited to stay steady while the shift forms. Notice how the urgency doesn't feel chaotic, it feels clean, focused, exact. That's the signature of something real. Truth simplifies, it removes excess, it narrows the path, until only clarity remains. So keep your attention right here, because what's being offered is clarity. About where your energy belongs next, clarity about what no longer deserves you, and clarity about a door you've sensed, for a long time, that you are finally ready to walk through. And when that door opens, you won't need anyone's permission to step forward. You'll simply know it's yours. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. When the right moment arrives, it doesn't beg for your attention. It simply becomes impossible to ignore. That's why this door is visible now, it's why your mind feels quiet, in a way that's almost unfamiliar. Stay present with this moment, and let it finish speaking to you. The shift you're approaching doesn't need force, it needs recognition. And recognition is happening right now, quietly, decisively. You are not late, you are not early, you are exactly on time. Here's what makes this stretch different: the message has reached its narrowest point, where distraction has no room to survive. This is the place where people either drift away, or lean in with full awareness. You leaned in. And that tells you something important about yourself, that words rarely explain. You're the kind of person who can hold steady when something real is forming. This isn't hype, it isn't illusion, it's a moment of convergence. When preparation, timing, and attention finally meet. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Now listen carefully, because the gift feels different for one reason. It doesn't promise change, it confirms it. Change has been forming underneath your life, quietly restructuring what comes next. This message is simply the signal that the structure is ready. You've sensed it for weeks, maybe months. The feeling that something was building, but you couldn't name it. You were right. It wasn't confusion, it was incomplete information. Because the final piece, timing, had not arrived yet. And timing doesn't arrive with drama, it arrives with precision. Midnight matters, because after it passes, motion replaces preparation. What was being arranged begins to move forward. Those aligned with it feel acceleration without chaos. Those who missed alignment feel confusion without explanation. You are aligned. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Here's the part people don't understand until it's too late: this gift doesn't demand belief. It demands awareness. Awareness that the future doesn't open itself to noise, impatience, or fear. It opens to those who can stand still when told to stop. Who can listen without needing immediate proof. Who can recognize importance before it becomes obvious to everyone else. You have done that. And notice how the message doesn't feel like suspense anymore, it feels grounded, calm, certain. That calm is the signature of something real settling into place. Now watch what happens next, because it's powerful in its simplicity. You won't have to chase anything. It will reveal itself naturally, as the next clear step. Free of confusion. That clarity is the true gift. Clarity that sharpens direction, and removes doubt. Remain here, hold your focus a little longer. This moment is finishing its work inside you. And when it does, you'll understand why stopping here mattered more than rushing ahead ever could. Here's the turning point you're stepping into: you're not witnessing a promise. You're recognizing a pivot. You're now inside the final stretch, where understanding deepens, instead of expanding. This is where the message stops adding layers, and starts removing doubt. And when something real approaches, it doesn't get louder. It gets clearer. That clarity is settling into you right now. The pull to stay, the resistance to scroll, the sense that leaving would feel unfinished, those aren't tricks. They are signals that something precise is completing its alignment. Here is what few people are ever told: the most valuable moments don't feel dramatic on the outside. They feel decisive on the inside. A quiet shift happens, where confusion dissolves, and direction becomes obvious. Not forced, obvious. That's what you're standing in front of. It's not wrapped, because it can't be opened with expectation. It opens when readiness meets timing, and timing doesn't argue. It arrives once, cleanly, and it moves forward. Midnight is close now, not as pressure, but as confirmation. That preparation has ended. What was held back is about to move. Not for everyone, but for those who stayed attentive long enough to recognize the invitation. You stayed. Don't skip, stay till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. Notice how this message no longer asks you to believe, it doesn't ask you to imagine, it simply asks you to remain present, while clarity finishes forming. That's because belief isn't required, when recognition has already happened. You're not being told that something will happen someday, you're being shown that something has already been set in motion, and your awareness is the final piece that lets it align with you. That's why the urgency feels calm, that's why the message feels steady, instead of chaotic. Real moments don't rush you, they position you. Think about what it means to be positioned correctly, at the exact moment momentum begins. No scrambling, no chasing, no second guessing, just movement that feels natural, because it was prepared. That is what this gift provides. Hold your attention a little longer, let the meaning settle completely. When this moment passes, you won't wonder whether it mattered, you'll recognize it as the point, where direction became undeniable. And here's the final truth, before the shift completes. What you're experiencing is not the end of a message, it's the completion of a signal. Nothing is being sold to you, nothing is being exaggerated, this isn't fantasy, it's alignment. And when alignment locks in, everything that belongs to your next chapter will start finding you, faster than you expected. Stay with it, stay present. Because what's waiting hasn't just been near you, it has fully found you. And direction will feel firm, almost like it's holding you from the inside. That's how you'll know, this wasn't a passing thought, it was a permanent reset. The moment truth settles, it doesn't ask for permission, it roots itself, and suddenly the path becomes obvious. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Here's what makes this moment different from every other almost you've lived through. This time clarity isn't visiting you, it's moving in. You're not chasing a sign anymore, you're becoming the kind of person who can read the sign the moment it shows up. That's why the message didn't speed up to excite you, it slowed down to steady you. Real transitions don't rush you, they strengthen you. And that strength is exactly what you're feeling right now. Now listen closely, because this is where the gift turns into movement. The shift you're stepping into isn't something you hold, it's something you walk in. It's the point where hesitation stops leading your decisions, and intention takes over. The next move won't feel confusing, because it will finally feel like yours. And that's rare, most people spend their lives reacting to what happens. You're being positioned to move with purpose. Not loudly, not dramatically, cleanly, clearly. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Here's the part people remember years later, even if they can't explain it. The instant everything that felt scattered, rearranges itself into one direction. Not because the world changed overnight, but because you did. Up to now the message guided you forward, now it stands beside you. That's a powerful difference. Guidance feels external, alignment feels internal. And internal alignment is what turns opportunity into momentum. And don't miss this truth, because it's the kind that rewrites how you move through life. The future doesn't reward effort alone, it rewards position. You can work endlessly, and still miss the opening, if you're standing one step away, when timing locks in. But you're not one step away, you're standing inside it. That's why calm has replaced urgency. Calm is the signal you're ready. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Now the gift becomes unmistakable, it isn't an object, it's direction. Direction that doesn't argue with you, direction that doesn't confuse you, direction that feels obvious once you see it, and impossible to unsee. This is where momentum starts working with you, instead of against you. After this moment, you'll notice something subtle but powerful. Decisions get simpler, distractions lose weight, certain paths stop tempting you, not because they're wrong, but because you finally see where they lead. Here's what's about to happen next, and it's going to feel almost unreal. Your inner compass recalibrates so cleanly, that movement feels quieter, sharper, more exact. The world outside may keep moving at the same pace, but you won't. You'll move with intention, you'll stop reaching for what drains you, you'll stop entertaining what distracts you, you'll stop doubting what's clearly aligned. And the best part is, you won't need to force any of it. It will happen naturally, because clarity is now leading you. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Now we enter the calm of knowing. Not the rush of discovery, knowing. When something true arrives, it doesn't flicker, it anchors. And what is anchoring inside you now, won't be shaken by noise, doubt, or delays. You are no longer approaching the gift, you're standing within its effect. That's why this message lasted longer than you expected. Real turning points refuse to be brief, they expand just enough, to make sure you don't misunderstand them. And this is the shock nobody talks about. Clarity doesn't just inform you, it rearranges you. What once felt urgent loses its grip, what once felt distant moves closer, what once felt confusing becomes obvious, without explanation. That's not imagination, that's alignment completing itself. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Here's how you'll recognize the moment movement truly begins. You'll feel an unusual sense of ease, around decisions you used to overthink. You'll feel steady, even before proof shows up. You'll stop searching for validation, and you'll start noticing small doors opening, that lead to bigger ones. Not because you forced them, but because your energy is finally positioned correctly. This is what it feels like, when timing locks in, and opportunity stops negotiating. So carry this awareness beyond these words. Let it change how you listen, how you choose, how you move. Because the gift wasn't just the moment, it's what the moment activated inside you. And once it's activated, you can't go back to guessing, you can't go back to rushing, you can't go back to living like direction is a mystery. It isn't, it's here, it's clear, and it's yours. If you're still listening right now, do one thing that seals your attention into action. Like this video, and subscribe, not out of obligation, but because staying connected keeps your mind anchored in the clarity you just received. And if someone you love has been missing their moment by seconds, share this with them. Because attention is how you recognize destiny, when it arrives quietly. Stay present, my beloved child, you're not watching the future from a distance anymore, you're standing in the handoff. And what was waiting is not just near you now, it's moving with you. It was designed to settle, to stay, to leave you with something that doesn't vanish when the screen goes dark. That's why you didn't miss this moment, you didn't arrive by accident, this gift found you, because you were ready to recognize it, and because you stopped, when it mattered most. My beloved child, this is where the message becomes unmistakable. Not louder, not faster, unmistakable. The kind of certainty that doesn't need reinforcement, because it settles in and stays. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Here's what makes this once-in-a-lifetime moment so powerful. It isn't drama, it's precision. Everything you needed to hear arrived in the right order. Nothing felt rushed, clarity replaced urgency 111, instead of increasing it. That is the signature of something real, finishing its alignment. Most people chase answers, you are positioned to receive one. And the proof won't arrive as a loud announcement, it will arrive as movement, that feels right instead of forced. The first sign won't be external, it will be internal. A shift in how you weigh decisions, how you sense timing, how you recognize when to move, and when to wait. That shift is already active. Now listen, because it's rare to experience a moment that feels complete. Not exciting for a second, and then empty, but complete. This is that moment. It closes one chapter quietly, and opens another, without noise. You don't feel loss, you feel readiness. The world celebrates beginnings with spectacle, but real beginnings arrive with clarity. You now know what no longer deserves your attention. You now feel which direction carries momentum. You now recognize that waiting was never wasted, it was necessary. Midnight matters because it marks the transition, from knowing to doing. Not frantic action, informed action. Action that feels natural, because doubt has been removed. That's why the message stayed steady, that's why it didn't escalate into pressure. Pressure belongs to uncertainty, you are beyond that now. Protect this awareness, let it guide your next choices, without announcing itself to anyone else. The strongest shifts are often invisible to observers, and undeniable to the one experiencing them. Here's the deeper truth hiding inside this calm: silence is doing the heavy lifting now. The message doesn't need to persuade you anymore, because it has already settled into place. What you're holding isn't anticipation, it's understanding, that has finished forming. At this point most people would search for something louder, more dramatic, more obvious. But truth is sharper than noise, truth narrows focus, instead of expanding it. And your focus is narrowed for a reason. This gift wasn't meant to surprise you, it was meant to confirm you. It confirms your sense of timing wasn't flawed. It confirms the pauses weren't detours. It confirms what felt like waiting was actually positioning. The world mistakes stillness for stagnation, but stillness is where alignment locks in. And that lock has clicked. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Notice how the question isn't what if anymore, the question is when. That shift is everything. What if belongs to doubt, when belongs to certainty. And you don't rush certainty, you remain present with it. Midnight was never meant to scare you, it was meant to focus you. A clean edge, between preparation and motion. After that edge things don't need to be forced, they move because resistance has been removed. You're feeling that removal right now. This is why the message feels complete, instead of unfinished. Completion doesn't feel explosive, it feels grounded, like standing on solid ground, after walking through fog, and realizing the path was always there. From here forward you'll notice something subtle but undeniable. You'll stop explaining yourself, to moments that no longer matter. You'll stop hesitating, in places where clarity has already answered. And you'll stop confusing patience with delay. That's the effect of this gift. Stay here just a little longer, not because something more must be said, but because recognition deepens, when it isn't rushed. You didn't stay this long to be entertained, you stayed because something in you knew this mattered. And it does. Now here's the part that changes everything. Certainty is starting to live in you. This isn't the thrill of discovery anymore, it's the steadiness that follows it. When something important completes its alignment, it leaves behind a quiet confidence, that doesn't fade when the words stop. That confidence is settling into you now. And what makes this moment unforgettable, isn't what is being said, it's what no longer needs to be said. Doubt has loosened its grip. Urgency has refined itself into focus. The noise that used to compete for your attention, no longer has weight. Real shifts don't demand belief, they change perception. Suddenly you see timing more clearly, you sense when to move, without forcing yourself. You recognize alignment, without needing approval, from the outside world. That recognition is active now. If this message has kept you this far, take 1 second, to like and subscribe, not because you're being asked, but because it anchors your attention into action. And share this with someone, who keeps missing their moment by seconds. Because your share might be the exact pause they needed. My beloved child, you are leaving this moment with something rare. An internal compass that doesn't shake. And once you walk forward, with that kind of clarity, you won't just feel like life is changing, you'll feel like life is finally moving with you. Because momentum is already moving with you, and that changes everything. You're not waiting for proof anymore, you're watching confirmation show up quietly, step by step, exactly the way real shifts arrive. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Here's the first thing you need to understand, about what happens next. It won't feel like a sudden explosion, it will feel like a clean unfolding. The moment alignment locks in, life doesn't get louder, it gets simpler. Choices stop competing, distractions stop pulling, your attention stops feeling strained, and starts feeling settled. That settled feeling is not comfort, it's readiness. It's your mind finally standing in the same direction, as your destiny. Now listen closely, because this is where the gift becomes permanent. It anchors as direction. Direction that feels natural, instead of pressured. Midnight wasn't the start of fear, it was the end of hesitation. After that threshold, clarity replaces waiting, and clarity doesn't rush, it guides. You are being guided now. Even in the quiet you can sense it, resistance is dissolving. And when resistance ends, movement becomes effortless. You won't push forward, you'll step forward. Here's the part most people miss. This gift is permission. Permission to move without second-guessing yourself. Permission to stop explaining what you feel to people who can't feel it. Permission to let your choices shift silently, without announcing it, without defending it. Let this awareness work inside you, like a quiet upgrade. Influencing decisions, before you even realize your standards have changed. That's how lasting shifts operate. Slow enough to feel natural, strong enough to be irreversible. My beloved child, you're beyond the point where attention is being tested. You're in a place where awareness holds steady on its own. That's why this message continues, not to excite you, but to seal you. What you're carrying now isn't hype, it's resolve. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. Resolve changes everything without drama. It simplifies decisions, it removes the need to prove anything, it allows momentum to form without friction. That's why this moment feels firm, instead of fragile. The ground beneath you isn't shifting anymore, you're standing on it. And this gift completes itself, by changing how you see time. You don't chase time anymore, you work with it. You recognize when patience is power, and when action is inevitable. That recognition is rare. And once it arrives, it's permanent. Now watch how the world responds, without announcing it. A sequence will start cooperating. Conversations will align at the right moment, opportunities will clarify, without you forcing them. Choices will stop pulling you in opposite directions. This isn't coincidence, it's alignment responding to readiness. You earned that readiness. Every delay shaped your precision, every quiet season refined your focus, every uncertain moment trained you to recognize certainty, without needing reassurance. That preparation is complete. Here's the strongest sign you're truly aligned. Hesitation will start feeling unnatural. Not because you're rushing, but because you finally know when to move. That knowing is an advantage. Most people spend their whole lives trying to find, and it can't be taught, it can only be realized. Hold it, guard it, let it anchor so deeply, that no noise can pull you away from what's clear. My beloved child, this is where everything settles into inevitability. Not because something dramatic happens outside, but because something unmovable has taken its place within you. The signal has finished transmitting. What remains is clarity that doesn't argue with itself. You can feel the absence of doubt, the absence of urgency, the absence of noise. When all three disappear together, alignment has completed its cycle. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. And here's why this is once in a lifetime. Not because of what comes next, but because of how you will meet it. You're no longer reaching, you're receiving. And receiving requires calm, not effort. Confusion no longer fits you. Paths that once distracted you start feeling irrelevant. Choices that once competed fall into order without explanation. That order isn't forced, it's recognized. From here forward you'll notice a quiet change in how you move through moments. You'll pause less out of hesitation and more out of intention. You'll listen differently, not for noise, but for timing. You'll act without rushing, because clarity doesn't need momentum to validate it. That is the real gift. Not something added to your life, but something removed. The weight of uncertainty. And when uncertainty leaves, confidence doesn't need to announce itself, it simply operates. Midnight was never the finish line, it was the lock-in point. The moment preparation stopped being theoretical and became embodied. After that point, movement belongs to those who are ready to carry it without distortion. You are ready. There is nothing left to prove here. Nothing left to chase. Nothing left to fear. What was meant to meet you already has. And now it will keep unfolding naturally, step by step, without force. Stay still for one final moment. Let this awareness seal itself, not as excitement that fades, but as knowing that stays. You didn't rush, you didn't doubt, you didn't leave, you stopped when it mattered. You stayed till the end. And what was waiting is no longer waiting. If you feel this message anchoring inside you, take 1 second to like and subscribe, because staying connected keeps your mind rooted in the clarity you've just received. And share it with someone who keeps missing their moment by seconds. Your share might be the pause that finally helps them recognize what's been waiting too. Don't skip, stay till the end, something huge is waiting for you. And now it's moving with you. And consistency becomes natural when clarity has replaced confusion. That's the final shift, my beloved child. The moment your life stops feeling like a guessing game and starts feeling like a guided path. You don't need louder signs now, you need quieter commitment. The gift wasn't meant to overwhelm you, it was meant to activate you. And activation doesn't shout, it settles in, then starts changing what you tolerate, what you choose, and what you finally release. Here's the clean truth, when alignment is real, you don't have to force outcomes. You stop chasing, and things begin meeting you. You'll notice it in small ways first, decisions become simple, distractions lose their pull, certain people stop fitting, without you explaining why. That isn't coldness, that's growth. Clarity makes what's misaligned feel uncomfortable, and what's meant for you feel effortless. Now pay attention to this final instruction, because it completes everything. Protect your awareness like a door. Don't hand it back to noise, don't trade it for urgency, don't let anyone rush you into choices your spirit already questioned. From here forward your timing will become your advantage. You will feel when to move, when to wait, when to say yes, and when to walk away, without guilt. That is sequence, that is the real gift. If this message held you all the way to the end, do one thing that seals it. Like this video, and subscribe, so you stay connected to this clarity, and share it with someone who keeps forcing what was never meant to be forced. Because the future responds fastest to the ones who stop fighting it and start aligning with it. My beloved child, you didn't stop here for entertainment, you stopped here for truth. And truth doesn't fade when the words end. It keeps working. So take the next step calmly, let your choices match your new direction. Let consistency replace chaos. And as you move forward, you'll realize the biggest miracle wasn't the moment itself. It was who you became, by staying present long enough to recognize it.